the suburbs of Andover, a small market town in Hampshire, and nestled within a new housing estate, the John Hanson Community School. Like all other secondary schools, the Year 7 students here face that difficult challenge of transition. Moving from a cosy small primary school to a large building with just under 1,000 pupils is never easy. But this school has its own host of guardian angels, a team of 22 peer listeners providing help for the new arrivals.
Younger students will feel very, very secure in going up and asking them for help and asking them if they are worried about anything, because they're not going to be laughed at, they're not going to be taken lightly, they are going to be taken seriously.
John Hanson's pioneering work with peer listeners lies at the heart of their approach to being an emotionally healthy school, backed up by a full programme of work on sport, physical fitness, diet and food. But just 6 years ago, they were in a far from healthy old building the other side of town.
We were very fond of the old school, and there are many students who are very fond of the old school, but it was built in 1928 for 80 people. And when we left the school, there were 900 and something people.
The old building was overcrowded, it was old, it really had seen very much better days.
We seized the opportunities given by a brand new building to redefine the school's ethos.
So, a new building and a new healthy ethos, based on UNICEF's 3 R's: rights, respect and responsibility. Seen here in action as they train future peer listeners.
What's your problem?
The Year 9 and 10 pupils effortlessly become Vicky Pollard clones as they role-play the wrong way to listen.
Oh my God, I didn't even know I had this background on my phone.
And discover the right way.
We can come back here after and have another conversation and just see how things are going.
Right.
Yeah? Does that sound a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Firstly, did anybody notice anything about body language, body position, chairs or whatever? Yes, Katie.
Yeah, she had a soft voice and her body language was really good and she explained things really well.
Often a child will go up to a peer listener and will just talk. And they don't need to do, the listener doesn't need to give any advice. They're actually encouraged not to give advice. I say that their role is just to listen and help the student come to their own decision.
Hi everybody, we're peer listeners. This is Rosie, I'm Ruby and this is James. We're just going to be here for you if you've got any problems or worries throughout your time at John Hanson.
Children have a huge capacity, given the opportunity, to be brave enough to explore things inside themselves that many adults won't face up to.
I think the peer listeners are a good help because if you're like worried and then you can talk to them and they won't like shout at you or anything like that, they'll just take it in their stride and try and help you.
I think it's good because if you get being bullied, like I was, you can tell them and they can do something about it.
Anybody else?
One of the greatly underrated sides of it is what it does for the peer listeners themselves and the confidence with which young people who otherwise might not have had that sort of opportunity to be upfront about their feelings, to explore their education in quite a profound theoretical level with adults they've never met before, shows that I think it's done huge things for their own self-esteem.
I think it's quite good because I feel like I'm making a difference.
I think it will help me in my further career, so whatever job I do in the future, it will give me more communication skills.
When a peer listener goes up and talks to someone, like if they're just sat there alone, then it like boosts their confidence and then they won't be afraid anymore.
Listening to the students is also behind the latest initiative in the canteen.
What we're wanting to do is to move the food that is served in the refectory forward so that we're actually giving more of a range of healthy options. But obviously the children have to buy it.
So the students were given a questionnaire to find out exactly what they would like to eat. And surprisingly, the replies don't read like a fast food menu.
I like to see more theme days, bigger portions.
Different fruits daily, and maybe nicer sandwich fillings as well.
It's good being asked what we like, and so we get a choice in what we get.
And they've cut down the chips, and they've brought in jack potatoes and fish cakes and wraps, which are really nice.
Children need to have effective nourishment, there's no question of that. But come on, we're living in a very rich society. It's not a question of something versus nothing. It's a question of the quality of what they do get. So I think there should be provided a range of opportunities for children to develop different tastes, different experiences. And of course the social context of eating is really important. I'm concerned to hear that many young children never sit around the family table for a family meal, yet this is all part of the social glue of our society. And so as well as having good food in schools, I think we need to have an appropriate surrounding for them to have that food, to encourage social interaction and sharing of ideas.
In food technology, they're sharing ideas about the canteen menu, dreaming up recipes for exotic and immensely healthy smoothies.
They're looking at a nutritional database on the computer, and they're producing a nutritional printout to look at the kind of nutritional values of the fruits that they're using today.
I need to know how to get that.
What we hope to do is we hope to sort of introduce them to different variety of foods so that they actually enjoy and that they will then go home and make.
I think it's really good because you can learn lots of skills and what's good and bad about food.
Boys didn't like cooking, but now I think they do.
Everyone in here has such great ideas, and because we're kids, we know what kids like.
Oh, I think it's really fun because we get to like experiment with different fruits and things like that.
Nos projets sur la forme. Oui, la forme. Qu'est-ce qu'on mange et qu'est-ce qu'on boit? Just to remind you, what we're trying to do is you're trying to produce a presentation for the class and to take out into the rest of Year 9 to show what's good and what's bad for your health.
Here at John Hanson, they've even managed to blend healthy eating into a French language class.
Bon pour la santé. Une pomme, de la minéral, des carottes, des jus d'orange. Qu'est-ce que tu manges?
Une banane.
C'est bien ou c'est mauvais?
Bien.
We love talking about frogs' legs and snails, of course, because they think that's all the French eat. But yes, we have looked at statistics to do with things like obesity, and we will be going on to look at things to do with smoking and drinking and drugs in France. To begin with, they felt it was quite daunting from a language point of view, particularly when we were reading articles on childhood obesity in French and things like that. But they've really taken to it, and they're really enjoying using the language and actually working with it.
Right, referees, can I have the results, please, as soon as possible?
Sport plays a big part in the everyday life of John Hanson. After-school activities like this inter-tutor group rugby tournament attract big numbers. Very often, nearly half the schools stay on for some form of sport.
The kids absolutely adore sport within this area because they actually achieve an awful lot from it. And they can see that achievement, they can see themselves improving. And in and around Andover, there isn't always the opportunity for them to pick something up as quickly as they can pick it up at school, in that they have the opportunity to do it after school or during school hours. We just give out a piece of paper, they organise their team. I've got some sports studies boys that are competent at rugby, refereeing the game. They enjoy it, and the kids actually respond very well to them.
And that theme of students doing it for themselves is echoed in the school's latest dance production. The team here have choreographed and planned this routine entirely on their own.
It's been a little bit of a nightmare sometimes.
It's been quite hard mixing some of the boys that haven't danced before into the girls that have been quite experienced.
Had people quit.
One person quit.
Yeah.
I mean, Elliot here today he's only just started. He's come on pretty quick, which is good. it's not just for girls, it's boys can do it as well.
Yeah.
Now, as a responsible adult who cares a lot about young people, you've come to my party, that's the amount of alcohol you're going to be given by me. I can stand and give them statistics till the cows come home. It will have no effect. I can stand and say, you must not do that. I do tell them what the law is in one of the lessons. They won't listen to me. But having to have physical hands-on things of how they could react if they were in a situation has such an immediate impact.
So, in this PHSE lesson, the students don beer goggles to give them a vivid impression of a blurred, boozy night out.
Right, now I want you to walk towards me. And I'm holding the key in my hand. Okay, now the lock is here. Oh dear. You've got to put the key in the lock.
Oh, that's not it.
She's going to be sleeping outside tonight. Ooh, that's well done. Good, thank you. How did that feel?
Dizzy.
It was really like disorientating.
It felt like you were really, really dizzy and you couldn't see what you were doing at all.
And the students are left in no doubt about the dangers of drink and unprotected sex with this final fumbled effort.
That's perfect. That's all wrong. That's brilliant.
Well, I think, well, is it really worth getting drunk? It seems a bit silly if you can't do stuff like that, and it would endanger you and stuff.
Since moving to this new building 6 years ago, John Hanson has boldly adopted a new healthy ethos, which confers rights, respect and responsibility upon their students. They are unashamedly evangelical about it.
There are some head teachers who might watch this and might feel a bit cynical about what we've done and the time and effort we've put into this. I would argue that there's a huge bonus that comes in terms of the way in which students behave, in the way in which the students respect each other, and actually the way in which students start to engage in lessons.
There's been a John Hanson school in Andover since 1569. And this year, Steve Evett, the school's 38th head teacher, will retire. And he's in no doubt what his particular legacy should be.
If I'm leaving this school feeling proud about anything, it will very much be that sort of ethos that is now well and truly established in the school. I think we've convinced people that what we've got here is quite special.